All right, we're streaming live, baby. Woo! All righty. I'm excited back on Thursday.
Thursday.
I love that little promo he did, no?
That was
Live out of Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Even though we're from Amboy, New Jersey, Perth Amboy, the Jersey Boy Sports Talk, hosted by Byron Jones and Victor Arocho, brought to you by the Sportscast. Today is August 4th. Today's the 5th, right? August 5th, 2021. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our Sportscast in all your channels, YouTube, Periscope, iTunes. If you are on iTunes, go to the Purple Podcast, put on Jersey Boy Sports Talk, and you'll be able to listen to past podcasts, current podcasts. Some of you are guests. You can share it with your children. And I'm just telling you, it's a blessing because we've had several guests on. And in particular, last week, we had a guest that we were honored to have on. And we were to memorialize his voice. So I think it's very important. We love for you to come on. Please leave a rating. It'll help us out tremendously. Also, visit us on the sportscast.net and sign up for the newsletter. The sportscast.net, every morning I get a newsletter, and it tells me a bunch of different items that are going on, whether it's in the NFL, the Olympics, the NBA. It's good to at least stay caught up. Our show is more dedicated to NFL and the Giants. And please check out our app. There's also the Sportscast app on iOS. And subscribe to us on YouTube and hit that little notification button. So wherever you're at, it'll let you know that Byron and I are on. Get some laughs. We have some great hosts, and we got some pretty interesting things going on this year, or at least now this football season. We're pretty excited. We're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. So let's get the show and this party started. Mr. Batman Byron Jones. Last week you had a good weather report. How we doing today?
Another good weather. It was nice out. Was a little, wasn't that hot. I was able to do stuff outside. Everything was all good today.
That's awesome. Well, here it is typical, summer weather where it is beautiful during the day. Come 2 to 4 o'clock, it is like thunderstorms. Okay. And, but the beauty, I love it. It's watering my plants because my dogs kind of messed up a few of my plants, or my yard was all full, and now they're growing. So I'm pretty happy with that. It's kind of nice. I just wish it was at night because I kind of like thunderstorms and rain. But when it's like between 2 and 4 and you're working, and then all of a sudden it's like super sunshine right now. It's hot and it goes away. So it's a little crazy though. But, that's why you have a pool.
There you go.
Exactly. So we're going to get right into it. This week, we've had a lot of things going on the last past shows. Hopefully, our boys are coming in this week, getting ready for the season right now. Oh, I don't know why I paused it. The Dallas Cowboys and the Steelers, they're doing like a Hall of Fame something, Byron.
They do that like first for the first half hour, and then, because remember last year, the guys that were supposed to go in didn't have the whole ceremony, so they have those guys that were from last year are there too.
Do they do the ceremony though at a game?
Well, they introduce them at the game, either like halftime or before the game. Then they'll go off the field. And then Saturdays when all the big shindig, as far as them being officially inducted with the, the bus and everything.
With the yellow jacket.
Yeah, the whole 9 yards, yeah.
Are they gonna induct both classes?
Yes. But I think they're gonna do the last year's one first. And then they're going to do the other ones, because a lot of those guys that are from last year.
Be long, right?
Yeah, they're always long because they give a certain amount of talk time. But for some reason, when you get people like Ray Lewis, Michael Irvin, Shannon Sharp got up there, Brett Favre, and next they give you 10, 15 minutes. 10, 15 minutes turns into 30, and then what are you going to do? Tell them, get off the damn stage. Nah.
Well, I kind of like that because it's not, oh, look at Troy Aikman's wearing his yellow jacket during a game, during announcing. I kind of like that because it's not like those award shows like the Emmys or the music awards where, someone's trying to say something and the music comes on and they cut them off.
Oh, not here. These guys just talk over top of it.
They're, personally though, winning awards, I think it's fantastic in the arts and all those industries. But being in the Hall of Fame in any sport, it's kind of, you're memorialized for life, dude.
But you figure it's only what 300 or 400 of them total, as long as the NFL's been around. There's not that many in the whole Pro Football Hall of Fame.
The NFL's been around for 55 years, unless they count it before. No, there's been 55 Super Bowls.
But before that, go back to the 20s.
Right. So that's pretty impressive, man. That's how hard it is. So it stinks out. I don't want to get into good evening, Billy Brown. Did I mention the Cowboys are on TV? Yeah, Billy Brown. We're about to get into that in a second. We're just going to finish that with the Hall of Fame. And then we want to see how your boys do with your, $90 million quarterback. So, when those guys talk, though, Byron, I kind of feel like to get to that level in football, there were so many people that impacted your life. You know what I mean? And not only that, my boy, my fraternity brother's joining in. Awesome. John, you there? He's coming in. There's so many people in football that impact your life. Would you agree? Because you're with a lot of coaches.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And they turn over. And then you got high school coaches. You got, college coaches. Then you got your parents that kind of supported you. You know what I mean? Not every parent was supportive. I just think it's awesome. Right? And then, sometimes you see them on YouTube because you miss some of them and you get excited, because they give some good speeches,
They do.
Very tough guys break down.
Oh yeah. You figure, you've worked your whole life, playing football, and then, the ones that mainly broke down are the guys that, had to wait a long time, to get into the Hall of Fame. Ones like, I wish like Alex Karras, remember him with Blazing Saddles and everything was on there. He's not around, to see him finally get in. And, probably a lot of it had to do with the fact that, the 1 year he got suspended for gambling. And, but, it would have been great for him, to be around, to see that he finally got in, with the rest of his peers. That's awesome.
Hey, this is my fraternity brother, John.
Hey, guys.
My brother. Hey. Thank you for joining. We always like your, I got right over there. Well, I'm going to talk about something about that a little bit, about Uppsala. But, John, welcome. We were just talking about the Hall of Fame and how they're going to do the double class. So it's going to be extra long.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they're doing it because, unfortunately, like my son graduated college during COVID and it was on TV. And all you did was see his name. Bonaforte to Go Road. So Bonaforte's giving us the salute, baby.
You see the paddle right there too, right?
Yeah, mine. I had mine the other week. You didn't have it. I had to put it back where it was. Byron was making fun of me. So we talk about the Hall of Fame, but real quick, let's stay to NFL. And Byron, you know who this person is. My biggest disappointment is not having Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame. I don't think anybody in the world can deny that. What are your thoughts? And you're a football guy.
Did he bet on the sport?
Yeah, but he never bet on his team. Never bet. He bet. That's it. Michael Jordan's a huge gambler.
Yeah, but did he bet on his team, though?
Never.
A rule is a rule, man. That's the way I look at it. He knew the rules. He shouldn't have done it. Should he be in the Hall of Fame? Yes. Did he break a rule? Absolutely. But then, did he admit, well, hey, I'm sorry? Did he ever say he was sorry?
Yes.
Ever?
Yes.
How long did it take him to say that? What, about 20 years?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. But it's like growing up to me, like you learn to be Charlie Hustle. Remember that, John? You're younger than I am. But, Charlie Hustle was the man. You know what I mean? And anyhow, let's get off of that since you're rules, right?
Rules are rules, man.
I got to agree with Byron on this. I'm sorry. I'm torn because he had so many great achievements in baseball, but ever since the Black Sox, that was set out there. You don't gamble, you don't get in league with gamblers, and that's kind of it. So,
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm losing.
Yeah, good idea. He broke a rule. He shouldn't be in.
He should be in my opinion, but we go from there. Anyway, so we got Dallas playing, so we're going to talk a little bit about that. Let's talk a little bit Giants, and then we're going to make fun of Dallas for Billy Brown. And for tournament, Justin is saying, "What's up, Justin? Join the show if you want to, brother." I want to hear how your guest was last week. I keep missing your show. All right, so let's get started here. So, look, a couple things I wanted to talk about, and maybe Byron, you could help out. The injury update with the Giants.
Did you get my email?
I did. I got it. I got it up already.
There you go. Pull it up there so we can get a good laugh.
Oh, so that's it. Oh man, I got another one though. Okay, this one's good. All right, hold on, let me pull it up. It stinks. I feel like we were just talking about Galladay, and now what's his name?
Galladay. Wasn't he hurt with the Detroit Lions? Absolutely. Yeah. Yes, he was. Yep. And guess what? Turn around and doing the same thing with the Giants. They gave him $72 million to be hurt. There you go, man. Look at that right there. Woo-wee.
Oh man, I want to see, because you make these for a guy that doesn't like spreadsheets. You make these. Okay, so help me out. Walk me through this. So you got Denver. Oh,
yeah, that's all. Hey, let's just worry about the other thing. Go on.
Denver's your team. He's putting.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that in another show.
But Denver's your team, no? Yeah.
Yep.
And then John, he's got them as a win, so that's a plus. All right. So help me out, Byron. That's win and loss here. Then you got Galladay. What is? Oh, here's the injured piece.
Yes, that's Galladay has a grade 1 hamstring strain or whatever you want to call it. So he'll be out 2 to 3 weeks. Usually, what a receiver 2 to 3 weeks means 4 to 5 to 6 weeks. So he probably won't be playing the first game. If he is, he won't be very effective. Mm-hmm. $72 million. Just worry about that. That's all that matters.
Well, let's see what happens. And then the running back, Mike Weber.
That's a kid that they signed from Ohio State. They put him on IR. Probably just stash him for the year because he is a rookie. So they probably like what he see. Hey, you know what? You pulled a hammy. We're gonna put you out for the rest of the year. Then you got Montrez Hartridge, cornerback, unknown. He was in the mix as far as, getting that, spot with the corners, 900 corners.
Right now, this is 13 people.
Already.
Okay, so Byron, let me ask you something. So other than Galladay and Rudolph, and in other words, there's guys that are going to be cut. So by these guys being injured, depending on where they are in the depth chart, this increases their chances of being cut. Is that correct?
Yes.
I don't know about Kyle Rudolph, though.
Yeah, he ain't getting cut.
He ain't getting cut. Yeah.
When I say that, I said other than Kyle Rudolph.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Other than Galloway, than, Byron, give me some of the others. But I'm saying to you, there's 13 guys. Right?
Yeah, but a lot of these guys are in the mix to start. Like Aaron Robinson was a draft pick. Yeah. X-Man was a draft pick from a couple years ago. Ryan Anderson they got from the Washington Redskins. He's in the mix as far as being a starter. Rice and John, I don't know about. Saquon, we know him. Derek Dillon needs to get back on the field because David Stills, the guy that they had from a couple years ago, is lighting it up. In the camp with them. He's the guy that played West Virginia. He was a real good receiver. He would have made the team 2 years ago.
Which one, Byron?
Derek Dillon.
Yeah.
So he needs to glue himself back together again because he might be on the bubble and out the door if David Stills keeps performing.
Yeah. I mean, it's just first of all, I got a link to all the injuries. Wait till you see that in the NFL. I mean, it's crazy. I don't know if they were working out. They're all talking about it's great to be back, the OTAs,
I'm saying when we play football, what happened the first day, usually, when you put pads on? Somebody got hurt, somebody got busted up or whatever. Like, I don't care when I played Pop Warner, high school, Perth Amboy, college. The first day when you put pads on, somebody got lit up. They pulled a hammy, tore their knee up, or broke an arm or something. Something always happens the first day, or even the first week.
Well, we in high school, John and Benny's our fraternity brother, and Greg and them. Greg's on the line now. I start laughing. But my man Benny, I love him, and he played varsity as a freshman. I used to make fun of him. I go, bro, you get injured like stretching. He would like be doing those butterfly things, and he would get hurt. Like, dude, you're killing me. But I was fortunate. I never got hurt. The only time I got hurt is when I got lit up and I had bruised ribs. Other than that, I came in crazy shape. But
my career ended with an ACL. So
no, mine, I came in crazy shape. And even after that, double sessions, I was still sore. But
yeah,
I can imagine. I mean, Saquon Barkley, they're just keeping him out for some time. Yeah. But this guy in COVID, I don't count the COVID. Stuff's happened.
Yeah, but go back up. The tight end Levine Toliolo, whatever his name is, he's done. Torn Achilles tendon. He's out for the year. So
let me ask you a question: when he's out, do they cut him?
No, they put him on IR. He'll be on IR for the rest of the year. He'll get paid and rehab and come back next year.
Okay, but my question is it because he's that good, or that's what happened? Let's say there's a player that was in between making it and he's out for the year. They just cut him?
Put him on IR. Or they could put him on, release him and still
get him back.
Yeah. They got ways.
So what's the difference between that, a player that is not injured and gets cut?
You get cut. You're done.
Right. So then those guys are better off getting injured.
No, because I'm not going to. One of the reasons when I was up in Minnesota and I got hurt, I hurt my knee there. I got hurt up there when I was playing. I know I got hurt up there. So when everything, got released and everything, and, I went, my agent and everything, they swore up and down. I never happened, never happened. This is in the 80s. Never happened. We looked at all the tapes. We don't see any tapes where you got hurt. And it was like a whole big old deal with them. So, you can say if you're hurt if you want to, but there's too many cameras around to say, to prove if you were or not hurt. So,
no, I was just curious, right? Because it's almost like you're injured, but we were going to cut you anyway. So sorry, here you go. I was just trying to understand that process. Okay, so then you also have. So then you got to really bother me. So is this showing our 7 wins? Is this what this is?
Well, I upped it a little bit. I changed. I've evolved because people have been getting on my back about me being a Giant.
No evolving. No evolving. I documented last week. Right here, John. He's he went over last time. No. You are not flip-flopping.
I've changed.
This is historical. It's on every page.
I did not say that. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's on tape. You are 7-10. It's over. That's it. I don't want to hear anything else about you've changed. Nah. You've been killing me. The offensive line. Remember last week I even told you I'm writing it down.
Are you almost done?
I'm writing it down.
Are you done?
I said I'm not a Giant fan. I'm telling you they're gonna do better than that.
You're not a Giant fan now.
I'm a Giant fan. No, you said I was. Here, 1, 2. All right, hold on. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's exactly what I've been telling you they're gonna win.
Didn't I just say I changed? I've evolved.
No, there's no evolving for you.
I can change anytime
No, not on the show. I wrote it down. You've been doing it for you've been destroying the line, and you said you were being nice at 7-10. Last year you said they were going to go for 0 for 16.
Well, anyway, go back to our number 1 pick. I got issues with that guy.
Which one?
Cardavius Toney. Now,
this one right here, right?
I think personally he's our diva right now. He already has a budding rap career. Now, have you seen him? The Little Joker, whatever his name is. Now he's a rapper. Then let's see. So then he couldn't practice because he was on a COVID list, and he pulled a hammy, and he's just now getting to practice right now this week.
Well,
if you think about it, though, going back to the argument about the first day of camp, At least he wasn't hurt the first day of camp.
He's been hurt though. He was hurt before he got on the field.
Well, this guy's on the COVID list. By the way, Steve Petrosino said Byron's a butterfly. And Billy Braun said 7 and 10 is generous. Dude, you don't have a quarterback, Billy. You ain't got a quarterback. Let's see what they're doing.
They'll be back.
Okay, let's see who are. Okay, so here's the wins. Here's the bye. Okay, the injury is crazy. Now, injury report. Okay, what's this ball? The Hall of Fame? You got
those are all the Hall of Fame guys today.
That are so this was last year that they didn't have it.
This is the one this year is 21. Those are and 20 are the guys from this year. Well, last year, I mean, that didn't get the whole ceremony thing.
John Lynch was awesome. Calvin Johnson was incredible. Peyton Manning. You know that your boy Arians and my boy Brady are going to support Manning.
Right.
They're going there to support Manning. Charles Woodson. Okay, Steve Atwater. Oh my God.
Whoa. You skipped over somebody important.
Who?
Whoa. Drew Pearson.
Drew Pearson, yeah.
University of Tulsa. South River, New Jersey. Finally getting in. He's been screwed for decades.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. It took a long time. He was awesome.
He was one of those guys where it's like, why not? I mean, he should have been in before we even got to college.
Yeah.
He
was I think it was him and it was another guy were the last two that were on the all decades team in the 70s that were not in the Hall of Fame. It was two of them. It was him and I forgot who the other guy was, but for whatever reason, he never got in. Maybe because I think he only had like 400 or 500 catches during. They didn't throw the ball like that then.
Yeah.
So, that probably had a lot to do with it, with the people come behind him. But he should have been in there a long time ago. Then you got Tom Flores, the first Hispanic coach, in the Hall of Fame.
Yo, it's Latins. Hey, but Justin made a good point. Same thing for Isaac Bruce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a stud.
He was.
Right, well, this is a good list here. Why is there more here? Now, let me tell you about Steve Atwater. That's your boy, right, John?
That's right. That's my boy.
Let me tell you something. So I was in Atlanta, and I was at the company I was with, the CEO's house. He had a really big house, right? And Steve Atwater came in to look at the house, and I'm like, man, I recognize that guy. You don't know. You're not trying to bother. They were just coming to check the house out to see the other houses they were building in Atlanta. And if I tell you, that dude was massive.
Yes.
Safety. Oh my God. I mean, you could run into defensive backs and quarterbacks and not even know they're playing. They're a player.
I always go back to the hit on Okoye.
Yep.
When he popped Okoye on Monday Night Football.
He lit him up.
Yeah. What made Steve Atwater great is that he always had a good partner, whether it be Dennis Smith or Tyrone Braxton. He had someone who could back him up because, the way Carl Mecklenburg used to say it is, if you didn't get the runner down fast, Atwater and Smith are coming at the back of your head and they're going to take you out with the guy. So, yeah, that's one of the great things about Steve Atwater is, first of all, he was massive. If you're watching him, you're like, guy's not that big. And then you see him in person, he's a house. He was just massive, dude.
He had muscles on his ears.
Yes.
He was already out of football. I mean, he was in phenomenal shape. He was like 6'4", 6. I mean,
he was big. And what school did he go to? University of Arkansas.
That's right. He was a Razorback.
He Razorback. Let me tell you something, man. It was great to meet him, but man, he played free safety, didn't he? For him to come up and belong, because John Lynch was a phenomenal safety. John Lynch, it wasn't the size of Steve Atwater.
No.
Now Lynch hit. Don't get me wrong. But Manning and hit, he was just big, man. For me to meet him in person was incredible. But I was like, oh, my God, that was a free safety?
And Lynch is the guy they brought in to replace Atwater after Atwater left.
Yeah, but Lynch was in Tampa for a long time, right?
Yep.
And don't forget, Harold Carmichael was the first big receiver. I think he was about 6'9" or 8" or whatever. He was big.
I say 7'2", but whatever, man. He was way bigger
than everybody else.
Who did he play for?
Eagles.
Eagles.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Unfortunately, he caught balls from Jaworski. So
Oh, there's actually a jet going in.
Yeah, Winston Hill. Come on, man. Offensive tackle, man, in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Justin likes Lynch. Lynch is also doing a good job at San Francisco, right?
He's doing a tremendous job.
Yeah.
And then Bobby Pillow, I'm not familiar. Cliff Harris.
Undrafted safety.
Yeah.
Dallas Cowboys.
Wow. Edgerrin James is another Miami guy.
Beast.
The U. There you go. The U.
Dude, baby. That dude. Oh, my man is back. Oh, Mark's calling us out. Mark
Horolick.
Mark Horolick. I'll be watching Dallas game tonight. He goes, ladies. He's called us ladies. I'll be watching. My attention will be on the defense, so I'll be taking notes and analyzing the scheme. Next week, I'll drop in to provide a review. Giant have issues. The Joe Looney fiasco. Oh my God, he's too long. I can't even go. But Edgerrin James, I had a friend of mine that was doing rehab, and Edgerrin James, remember when he hurt his knee and he was injured, so he had to go to rehab, and he goes, "This guy's rehabbing with like 5 times the weight that I'm doing, and he's rehabbing when he was just a massive." Yeah, that guy was awesome. Alex Karras, why does that name sound familiar?
Oh man, bro,
come on, man.
Come on, man.
Blazing Saddles.
Yeah,
Mongo.
that's right.
Come on, man. Mongo.
He wouldn't knock out. That's right. He's going in the Hall of Fame.
And Webster is on.
Oh, he would have knocked out the horse. That was awesome.
Now, one quick story about that movie, though. You know, Vic knows this, but Byron, you don't. We lost my father-in-law about a month ago, and he was a huge Mel Brooks fan. His favorite movie of all time was Blazing Saddles. And every time Alex Karras, he watched it, and Alex Karras punched that horse, where he just fell on the floor laughing. So, yeah.
I love that movie. Was funny as heck. Yeah, that movie can't be produced or done today.
Today?
No.
It would not, like, it is so they would be so anti of it. But you know, back in those times, everybody loved it and laughed. I don't care what color you were. You know what I mean? And I guess, I mean, I don't know, Byron, you know, did you like the movie? Not like it? Did you?
I didn't have a problem, but you know, how do you want to put it? The world that we live in today, people are too sensitive, and the first time they hear some of the stuff they were saying in the movie, next you know, they're going to be protesting and all kind of crazy stuff in the streets. You could never play that movie the way, you know, like now they cut out everything.
Yeah,
they played it and played everything. There'd be a whole lot of hurt feelings.
Yeah.
One thing about Mel Brooks, he made fun of everybody. He was Jewish.
Yeah.
He made fun of Jewish people. He made fun of everybody.
Can't do that now.
So he wasn't, you know, he's like Chris Rock says, I don't discriminate. I make fun of everybody, right?
Yeah.
So George Young Giants, I remember Young.
Don't skip the Duke Slater. This guy, he played during the 20s and the 30s, a black lineman, and he was the first. He was going to law school. They said the same time that he was playing, and he ended up being the first African American judge in Chicago.
Oh wow,
that's awesome.
Cool.
I think he played from 1922 to like 1931 or whatever it was.
That's awesome. George Young was awesome. Paul Tab, the commissioner definitely needs to be in there.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't really like him either, though.
Yeah. Then Steve Sable. Oh my God. Let me tell you something. Then and when we play college football up, so in between double sessions, that's what we would watch every single, and you know, having that voice over and over and over again. I mean, everything was good, but after a while, when we watched so much of it, it was crazy, right?
That continued after you left, by the way.
Yeah.
We did that too. So
that was Capraro's piece.
Yeah.
Who's man, you got Cower and Jimmy Johnson. I love those guys. Talk to me about Mac Speed and Ed Sprinkle.
I don't have a clue, but I'll look it up though.
Neither do I. That's okay.
Never get it back.
Well, congratulations to the families over there. Bill Cowher is awesome. He deserves it. And I think Jimmy Johnson is one of the best coaches ever. He won at college and he won in the NFL. And since he left Dallas, Mark, your team hasn't done anything. Dallas has done nothing.
Sprito he played for the Cleveland Browns, All-American football comp for 7 years before he went to play in Canada. He was also the head coach of the Denver Broncos for 2 years.
Yes, he was. That's where I know the name then.
Oh, okay. Yeah, John.
He was well, never mind. I'm not going to go into it, but yeah.
Go ahead. John.
If I remember correctly, it was after Frank Filchuk got fired. And before they brought in Lou Saban. Lou Saban from he's killing me, Whitey. He's killing me on NFL Films.
Yeah.
I think he was in between there. Yeah, but okay. I was trying to where I knew the name. I'm just once again before I was even born. So,
me too.
Yeah.
And then the other guy, Ed Brinkle, he was called the meanest man in pro football. He was nicknamed the Claw. He played for 12 years with the Chicago Bears and was credited with calling attention to the NFL defensive players.
Which one?
Ed Sprinkle.
He was a guard or defensive
tackle. A lineman. He was credited with bringing attention to the NFL defensive lineman.
What attention? That they were cheating?
That I guess he was smacking people around.
Well, remember, the defensive linemen back then the rules were different. Remember, they used to smack the offensive linemen in the helmets like crazy, like Lala Zato. He was just like, it was like constant smacking of the heads.
Oh, Deacon Jones was famous for that.
Yeah, so was Tombstone Jackson, Rich Jackson.
Yeah, Lala Zato was done that. Okay. And again, Jimmy Johnson's one of my favorite. By the way, they were there was on sports today, they were he goes, man, I should have trademarked. How about them Cowboys? He goes, wherever he's at, he didn't care what city, what state. Someone will come up to him. They won't even ask for an autograph. They go, how about them Cowboys? He made that pretty familiar, So and he rocked my University of Miami. This is pretty good, Byron. All right, so let's get over there. Let's get out of that.
Whoa.
What?
Go back to the winning and losing the game thing. Come on, let's go back up there to the top. There you go.
You got 10 wins. How am I going to bother with it?
You going to leave it alone? Yeah, we're going to beat Denver.
You will. But let me put you like this, and this is why I've kind of hope the defense is going to be sick in Denver this year. Now, not making comparisons, but Trent Dilfer has a ring, so why not Drew Lock, whatever. Sorry, I'm wishful thinking right now. So
who's going to win that battle between them two? Bridgewater.
I don't know, and I'm going to tell you why, because I have not been paying too much attention this offseason. It's my own fault. I know a lot of life got in the way. I'll put you like that. But I think it's going to be a good game. I still give the Giants the edge.
There you go.
All right.
There goes my win, Victor.
Well, hold on. And I'm also biased toward the Giants too, because even though you were one of the teams that beat us in the Super Bowl, you guys weren't dicks about it, like the Dallas fans, the Deadskin fans, whoever else. I mean, there's a long list. So, but
every Super Bowl we won, we were always good people.
Yeah, well, and yes, when I came to Upsilon, I had a Broncos t-shirt on. No one gave me shit. I lived in DC, like, oh, we beat you in the Super Bowl. Yeah, bite me. Anyway, go on.
That's why we have a little bit of issue with the Jet fans, because we want the Jet fans to do well, but then as you grow up, I
got breaking news for the Jets.
They end up attacking you so much that you start disliking them.
Exactly.
I got breaking news for the Jets.
Yeah, good.
Zach Wilson signed finally.
Oh yeah, he signed the next day. They listened to the show. I think he listened to our show and they go, "You're gonna sign him because he's Jersey boy talking smack."
He's been there a week, and then the receiver is always saying he's got a little swag to him. So there's hope in Jetland.
All right, so
no, there's not. Go on.
I'm just throwing it out there.
We're gonna beat Atlanta. We're gonna lose to New Orleans, which I don't agree. We're gonna beat Dallas.
Yeah.
Not. We're going to lose to the Rams. I think that's going to be yes. We'll beat Carolina, and then we're going to lose Kansas City. We're going to beat Vegas. We're going to win the bye week. Unfortunately, we'll see what happens with Tampa. I'm not going to make it.
No. Now see what, come on, man.
I want to leave that alone. Philadelphia, we're going to win. We're going to beat Miami. Now, Miami. Okay, so the is when it's a home game, right?
Yeah.
No, it's at Miami.
At Miami.
Oh, okay. So, good. I'm going to that game. So I can yell at Byron because we're already won 10 games. The Chargers, yeah, that's going to be tough. We'll beat Dallas. Oh, you think we'll beat Philly twice, huh? Interesting.
Of course.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Then we'll win the second game. So we're splitting, right? We're beating Philly twice. We're splitting against Dallas, and we're splitting against Washington.
Yep.
I don't know. I'd say go for twofer with the football team, I guess. That's what they call themselves. I'm not impressed with anything coming out of Washington.
Yeah. I was big on their defense.
Their defense is tremendous, but the offense with Ryan Fitzpatrick, 16 years, never been in the playoffs with anybody. It is what it is.
No. God, he might actually do it.
Nah.
I'll show you guys something in a little bit. Okay, so that was pretty good. Byron's up to 10 wins. Pagicino, we said 10 wins last time. I'm just telling you, we called it. Byron's flip-flopping.
Flip-flopping again.
Okay,
right
here, hold on. I'm going to get to this. Since we were on injuries, most of the teams, let's go to injuries first. Let me bring this up for us, and then come on. Look how bad this is. Okay. This is like, I don't understand. Are these guys just not in shape or?
It's the first week, man. That's all it is. First week.
Yeah, but I don't remember this many people of substance hurt. Look at this. Arizona Cardinals. Look at all the guys. This is a J.J. Watt out, right?
But look what most of them are hamstring, undisclosed.
Yeah.
Toe, knees.
That's a lot of players for Arizona. And then look at this. This is Falcons. Look at Baltimore.
And there's a lot of them on there too.
Yeah.
Look at the bill. Here's the bill. And the Bills don't have that much. Look, if you could see the difference. Wow. Carolina Panthers don't have much.
But
the Bears have a lot.
You see the one consistent thing? You see COVID-19 on just about every last one of those teams. It's somebody.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to talk again. NFL, I think, is doing the right thing with that ruling. Cincinnati's not so bad. I didn't notice the COVID until you brought it up. Look at Cleveland. Cleveland's stacked. By the way, they have Chubb as the number one running back. Dak, thanks for signing. And it's his shoulder, dude.
Yeah.
That's
probably growing too much. He was sitting there saying that the shoulder thing has something to do with him rehabbing his foot or ankle, whatever was wrong with that. I don't know. The foot is down here, the shoulder's up here. I don't know.
Look at Amari Cooper. That's big. I don't know.
What is his? I bet you it's his hamstring, right? Is it hamstring?
No, who? Amari Cooper?
Yeah, what it looks great.
You don't say. All right, so let's get to your Denver, John. Who do you see that's impactful that's hurt?
Baron Browning is the guy that I was really hopeful for this year. I thought he was actually going to make a big impact. Jesse Jewell, not impressed by. Albert, I'm not even going to attempt his last name. He'll be back. Cortland Sutton, he made a couple really nice catches last week, like one-handed ones. Even from looking at our awesome quarterback crew and Teddy Two Gloves and Andy Locke, as I call him. But a lot of these guys, not really impact players when you get right down to it. Deshaun Hamilton, that one might come back and bite him in the ass if he's non-football injury. Okay. Yeah. So he's one of those guys that got injured and got waived, and they signed him back up again.
I guess maybe I didn't look at it as much, Byron. You know this better than any of us, but it just seems there's like going around this. There's stars that are hurt.
Yeah, but most of if you figure these guys, they get a little tweak or whatever, they're going to hold them out. If it's something minor, they're going to hold them out. You'd rather be safe than sorry. Something minor turns into something long term.
And I think with Cortland Sutherland, that's what it is. I was really surprised to see neither Bradley Chubb nor Von Miller on that list, to tell you the truth.
Now, Green Bay, anybody here that's going to affect our boy Aaron?
No, well, Zadarius Smith, the linebacker, is good. He's great talent.
But no one on the offense, really.
Man, nobody on the offense, all defensive guys.
Which is kind of better, right?
Oh, Houston. Whoa. Let's see. There you go. Deshaun Watson will be held out of practice Thursday with calf and ankle tightness. Maybe they're working on a trade with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Or the Denver Broncos. Just saying.
One of those two. Yeah, might as well throw it out there. One of those two teams.
All right. So we got the Colts. Carson Wentz.
Go back up. At the top.
He's hurt again.
At the top. Quentin Nelson from Red Bank. I think Red Bank Catholic he played at, I think.
Really? He's Jersey boy?
He's a Jersey guy. Quentin, one of the best
right, Quentin Nelson.
that the Giants should have took with the number 2 pick instead of Saquon, but that's another story. He's out with the same injury that Carson Wentz has, the foot.
Well, the thing, you know what they were talking about? To bring in Knowles to this team. I cannot imagine that happening.
Even deeper than that. What was the quarterback's name last year? Phillip Rivers.
Yep.
They're even talking about him.
Bringing him back?
Yep.
I just want my allergies are kicking in. But Phillip Rivers, I think, can come back with no problem. I don't think it's a problem. And I don't think
the problem is that he's coaching coaching high school football now. He doesn't want to leave his guys, his kids, to come back. So he might, just keep doing what he's doing. But he also has a lot of kids. He's got 9 kids.
Knowles comes back to back up Carson. I mean, I don't know about you, but that would freak me out.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be deja vu again.
What, with Carson Wentz?
Yeah.
Justin has something, or he had talked about in his show as far as being a competitor. You have the transfer portal. When these guys are, certain schools and they're not going to start or whatever, next thing they want to leave the school and they want to transfer, go someplace else. When you go to school, you go school first, but then you got to be a competitor. If that guy is in front of you, you better make sure you're better than him. Yeah. Compete. That's what it's about. Oh, well, I'm not going to get the spot, so I'm going to go transfer. That's what a lot of these kids are doing now because they got that transfer portal thing. So, it gets a little hot, and next thing you know, they bail.
Well, I want to give a shout out to, we have several ladies that are friends of ours that are good football fans. The Miss Beautiful Millie Roman is online. She says Zeke is looking good. She's a big Dallas guy. So he's the one that said that they're gonna win without Zach. So Dak. I'm like, Millie, I don't know. And Millie, if you're still listening, type in her name. Her son and a friend got a show on Twitch. We're gonna bring them on as well. They got a pretty good show, so we'd like to bring them out. I'd like to give a shout out there and a shout out to Millie. But we got a few girls like Zamar Trujillo Menza. She's a big San Francisco fan. Millie's a big a Dallas fan. True. Obviously, Vonda's a big, and the Jones are big Giant fans. But there's somebody else that I was missing.
Oh, let's don't forget to give Carson Wentz the new title. So he has a title like Tua. Fragile, no doubt, man. There you go.
This guy's a problem, man. If he doesn't do something there, there's a problem there. Tariq, see who else they have. Taylor Stalwart. Wow, they got a lot of guys out, dude.
They're all, most of them are veterans, like Xavier Rhodes from Minnesota, Eric Fisher from Kansas City. He's still with the Achilles thing, for missed last year. So most of these guys are veterans, so they'll be all right.
It's 3-0 Dallas.
The first preseason game, man. Who cares?
And it's Dallas.
Apparently Millie does. Millie said that Zeke's looking good. It's all right, Millie. He's gonna probably fumble before the game's over. Let's see. Here we got the Jaguars. Okay, let's make sure. I bet you my man Tebow ain't hurt.
There goes
One thing, I'm not a fan of Tebow as a quarterback, but as a football player, just as a street football player, the guy had guts. Now, hey, dude, I mean, you're going up against the Pittsburgh Steelers in overtime, and you throw that wobbly pass that, you're lucky that Demarius caught. Yeah, dude, I give him credit. That's a ballsy play.
So a shout out to Billy's like, keep talking, I'll keep watching. You keep watching, Billy. You've been telling us what's going on because it's only 3-0. Look, shout out to her son show. It's called at the Pig Skins. I've seen it on Twitch. They're pretty good. They talk good about the sports, and they have, each day they're saying how many days left of football. So you get a chance out, check out their show. It's called the Pig Skins. Young kids. Millie's from Jersey, from Amboy, so I always want to give him a shout out. Kansas City, Willie Gay, right? That's a kind of an issue there. Let's see, offensive tackle.
Kyle Long, Howie's son. Yeah. Kyle Long, right there.
Yeah. I don't know who Nick Kaiser is. Malik, defensive end. They don't got a lot, but they got a couple.
Mike Rivers used to be at the Giants. He was a tackle for him.
Yeah, he was also with Carolina for a second too.
Yeah, he's been all over the place.
Yeah.
But look, they got a guard, they got an offensive tackle, and they got a tight end. I guess it's not so much, but they had an issue with their line last year. Okay, anyhow, I just want to go through the injury report just to really quickly see. This just seems like a lot of. Maybe it's me, maybe because I'm more into it, due to our show. But there's a lot of this. There's some teams that got a lot of players that are hurt.
Yeah, but most of them, they are out, stuff that happened, in the preseason, from last year. So yeah, they'll be all right.
Let me see.
The tight end from Miami, he's on my list for top 25 tight ends. He's out too.
Let's see who we got here.
Saints.
Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas.
Yeah, he's gonna be out for a while.
Well, that's an issue for them. That's why we're going to beat them. Galladay, that's killing me. This running back you mentioned already. We went through your list, right? Didn't you? Yep. This is it. Saquon. Let's see. We got one guard. Okay, we only got one guard out, Byron. So at least helps out.
That's the starting guard, though. The starting left guard.
Yeah. It gives the backup some chance. The Jets. Let's see how many Jets have. I'm impressed. That's it.
They have some pretty important ones on there. That's their number one pick, Tucker from USC. Quentin Williams is the number one pick from Alabama.
Right.
Got to throw Alabama out there. Vinny Curry used to play for the Philadelphia Eagles. He's a Jersey guy, too.
Dude, they got 4 tackles out.
Yeah. It's the beginning. They don't want to be out there right now, man. It's hot, and the practice is long.
Okay. Hey, let's see. What do you got here? Anybody significant on here?
Oh, yeah, you do. Devontae Smith is out.
Yeah.
Oh, Alabama, Justin. You got some fragile players here.
And you got Landon Dickerson, too.
I didn't know so many Italians went to Alabama.
And Landon Dickerson is out, too. but that's the same guy that was hurt at the end of last year with them.
All right, what do we got? Pittsburgh, okay. San Fran. Nick Bosa's out again?
They're keeping out. He had his knee. They're just keeping him out. He'll be all right. He'll be fine.
By the way, he's from here. He went to St. Thomas Aquinas. My son went to the same school. The Bosa family, a great family, and that kid is awesome. I like seeing him do well. I mean, I saw him as a freshman starting for St. Thomas when they won the national championship throughout the entire country, and he was a freshman. I mean, he was amazing. His brother was a senior at that time, so they're 3 years apart. Who do we got here? San Francisco, Bosa, anything else, Byron, you see? We're moving.
Hey, Robert Nkichi, he's trying to make a comeback again. He used to play at Mississippi. He's had a lot of issues.
Yeah.
He's the number one pick. Yeah, a lot of issues. Here goes your team.
Look how little Tampa's got.
O.J. Howard, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Cameron Brake will be fine.
He'll be fine. Yeah, Bray was placed on active. His unable to perform on Saturdays. I don't know who this guy is. OJ Howard. It'll be fine. Okay.
And a little report that your boy blew up at practice too, Tom Brady.
What's that?
That Tom Brady flipped out of practice.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Why? What happened? I missed it.
I guess the offense wasn't doing whatever it's supposed to be doing, or somebody wasn't doing whatever. They said he punted the ball about 40 yards, threw his helmet down, temper tantrum.
Did he really? Yeah, I don't know. I have a feeling him and I think him and you and Dan, what's his the coach's name again?
Bruce Arians.
Bruce Arians. I think they're playing mind games with the team to some degree. You know what I mean? These guys are expecting, Brady's just going to keep pushing. I don't know. I'm surprised that's not his normal demeanor, but let's see what happens. Titans. The Titans are playing. No. The Titans are picked to do well this year.
Yes, they are.
I mean, they're stacked.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're stacked. They should do good. Okay, let's see. Okay, always important, the NFC East. Curtis Samuel.
Kyle Allen, the backup quarterback.
Look at none of their linemen, though.
Nope. They're all good.
Except for Jalen. But none of their good starting
He won't be there anyway.
But anyhow, you see what I was doing, John? That seems a lot. At least
it is, yeah. But I also agree with Byron, too. A lot of these guys are like, it's hot, don't want to be out there, so I get it.
You're getting paid. I mean, Byron, when you don't play in practice, you still get paid. It's not like you get penalized.
That was the best thing about it. If you don't practice, you still get paid.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what they were. They didn't do this. So this is the NFL offseason ranking of most least improved teams from 1 to 32, starting with the Jaguars and the Jets.
The Jaguars won one game. They can only go but up.
Yeah.
Right. So number one, this doesn't make any sense. This title though, ranking most least improved teams starting from okay. So one is Jaguars, right?
Yep.
Let's go. Do you agree with that, John?
I do. They haven't really done anything to improve, And like Byron says, they can only go up,
Where the heck
I think you missed a link.
You got to have ESPN Plus to access that.
Oh, is that what it is? All right.
Yeah.
Well, it's in the video, which is a pain in the rear end because you got to play.
Here, let's blast the Dallas Cowboys. Let's just blast them right now.
Let's do that. Yeah.
We've got to blast them right now.
Let's go. All right.
Good start.
Let's hit them. Let's hit them hard.
Let's see.
Let's hit them hard.
Dak's shoulder problem is going to be a shoulder problem the whole year. It's going to be, and that's what's going to hold him back. Tyron Smith, the big tackle, they said he's in the best shape, of his life. We'll see about that, whatever. Zach Martin. If Ezekiel doesn't fix the fumbling issues that he had last year, they ain't going to go far. And then you have Alabama guy, I'm going to say it again, Amari Cooper is a diva. He's not going to want to share the balls with all the other guys, the other two receivers they got out there that are all three of them are number one receivers. All of them can't catch the ball at the same time.
Right. And Amari Cooper is also a former Raider, so I already hate him, so that just goes right in there. Dak, his arm isn't going to be it. I mean, it's not going to be what it should be. And, I'm at the age where if I sneeze, I throw my shoulder out. So, you get there. But, every year I keep hearing about dem boys. What? You've done nothing. You'll continue to do nothing. Mike McCarthy, good coach.
1995 ain't won nothing.
That's right. And like I said, they're one of the teams that trashed me growing up because I was a Broncos fan. So I would stick my middle finger up. I'm going to be polite.
Oh, no wonder Justin said Najee Harris because he's playing for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I picked them in the draft. I said he was going there.
But I don't understand. I don't see Saquon. It says rushing. I don't see him rushing.
Who?
There's no rushing yards.
He's not probably. Why would he play?
I don't know. Why'd Millie say he was looking good?
Who, Najee Harris? Or
No,
Ezekiel?
Ezekiel.
He's not playing. Them guys aren't playing tonight. They're not going to play until probably the third game.
It's 3-0 total yards.
6, and the other teams got 2.
Yeah, they're not doing too well.
It's a slobber knocker.
Yeah, it's 3-0. That's it. I think Dallas has got some issues. I think we're in a good position right now. The only thing we are everyone's again, the offensive line, Byron, I conceded to that, but I just think that the other teams in the NFC East have bigger problems.
Okay, here, let's do this real quick. Let's rank the best defenses in just our division. Who's the top defense in the Eastern Conference?
Washington.
Who's number 2?
Giants.
3?
Just the NFC?
Either
NFC East.
NFC East.
I would think Philly's better than Dallas.
Wow. So Dallas has the worst defense in the conference. Wow. There we go. Threw another grenade out there.
Because they put everything on offense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they did draft 9 defensive players. They got a new defensive coordinator. They did grab the guy that we should have got if he was available, Micah Parsons, to play middle linebacker.
That was your guy. You liked him.
Yeah, I love that guy, man.
I love him too. I think he's a great player. Yeah.
I thought he was going to go to Denver too. I thought they would take him.
You're breaking my heart again, Byron. Just stop. Just stop, man.
I'm sorry, man.
It's every time I see oh God, it's Shaq Barrett in that Buccaneers brown and whatever pewter, I cry.
That's right. He was there too.
Yeah.
So who were the draft picks that you wanted that Denver didn't get?
Well, let's see. I wanted Nick Chubb. That's the one I really wanted badly. This year, there weren't really any. I mean, that Trevor Lawrence is going to go first. And for my money, he was really the only quarterback in the draft that was worth really investing that you could build on. I think that Elway dropped the ball the year he drafted Drew Lock, because he could have drafted another quarterback in the lower first round and he'd be productive, and he could have started right away. So we wouldn't have to waste time with Flacco at quarterback.
That's why Elway's not there.
That's right. That's right. Well,
he fired himself.
So let me ask you a question. Why do you think Philly's demise is happening so much? Because you live in Philly. How what's the sentiment not you don't live in Philly, but you live in Philly.
I live close enough. I think part of the problem with Philadelphia is that Jeffrey Lurie got his ring, and that's it. So yeah, we'll keep the team going, but you fired Doug Peterson, who not a bad coach. You had a bad quarterback. And that's what I would have kept Peterson. I think he was a good coach. And, the guys like to play for the guy. But I think the demise of Philly is just, if things aren't going their way. And I think they did, getting rid of Carson Wentz was actually one of the best things they could do. But once again, is Nick Foles available again to come in?
No,
to lead that team.
They're going to go to Indianapolis. Byron, what do you think? You live in Pennsylvania. What's happening? Yeah. What do you see out there? Especially you got a giant.
Pretty much the same thing. That they blew it up. With the battle between Wentz and Peterson or whatever's going on. Yeah. Wentz just basically didn't want to compete. They saw that they drafted this guy, Jalen Hurts, and instead of being the guy and a competitor, what? This is my job. I'm going to hold. I don't care if they've got this guy. I'm going to hold on to this job. I'm going to do my thing. I'm not going to worry about it. Instead, he let it get on his head. And next, I don't want to be here. And, they did the right thing, get rid of him, because these Philly fans, if they'd kept him here, they ate him up.
Yeah, they did.
It would have been.
I'll give a shout out to another lady who's a big, good sports fan, Christina Planas. That's actually Zamar's cousin who lives down here. She's a major Jet fan. Oh my God, we get to arguments. Now back to Philly. Byron and I had that wrong. We knew one of them were going to go. We kind of were really convinced that it was Carson Wentz. we didn't think both of those people.
I think both of them.
No.
We didn't think Peterson was going to go. When that happened, we were like, holy smokes. Right?
And, you know,
and then we were actually, Byron, we were also wrong with Carson Wentz too, because we didn't think he was going to go because of his salary, right? Like, what are you going to do? We didn't think, because, we were giving Alabama a bunch of heat. But and they gave it back. But that demise is there. I think Washington, I think Rivera's a good coach. And NFC East is going to be, they're still going to be they're not going to be a great conference, at the end of the day. So, but, at the end of the day, you can't, I always love the phrase that you can't choose who you play against. Right? You got to play who they put in front of you. So the fact that, we may be the least of the whatever, the East, I still believe that Giants got a chance to win that conference.
Yeah, they're my pick for the conference. I don't see any other team that is as stable. How's that? As the Giants. And I think that stability actually works in their favor.
You saw that big brawl on TV the other day?
Yeah, I did.
That was, and the quarterback ends up that might unite the team. Yeah. We never had that happen, at college or whatever, where next to the whole team is fighting. I don't know, whatever, they're taking up for each other, which is a good thing. But for your star quarterback, but your quarterback to be on the bottom of the pile, that's not a good
right. But like I said, I still think there's more stability. I mean, as an organization for the Giants, and hasn't been a meteoric rise, but they've been doing this, and as an outsider, I like the Giants. I'd like them to take the NFC East because Philly's in shambles. Dallas is what they are, what we just said they were. Washington, kind of wild card, but they don't even have a name. So, why are they in the conversation? Who does that leave?
Yeah.
The Giants.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be nice to get them there. And also, I think it'll build over. It's going to continue doing, like you're saying. We can get to the playoffs. It's going to keep building that momentum, and it's going to give them confidence. I think Judge is doing a great job. I mean, he's really.
Can we just win the 10 games first? Can we win 10 games first, man? Don't worry about the playoff. We'll worry about that later. Let's get the.
We're gonna win 10 games.
Byron's got a point. Yeah.
Let's get the 10 games.
You got 7. All right, so let me see what's happening. Still nothing's going on. All right, they got a first down.
I told you, man, it's the first preseason game. It's going to be a sloppy mess. The game's going to be about 4 hours long, man. They're going to be playing that game until like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, all right. So, hey, we're going to be wrapping this up in a little bit. I just want to say a shout out to, my fraternity brother, John and Greg Bonaforte. John, thanks for joining us, man. You have a good time here with us.
I'll definitely join you the week before the first game.
All right, good. Do you enjoy coming on? We really like it.
Yeah. You guys are fun.
We'll talk a little bit. We'll get a little bit more Denver stuff to throw at you. Or
hold on. I'm going to show you what I brought back from Denver. Hold on.
See what he's got from Denver. That could be interesting. They got their own beer?
They got their own beer.
Wow.
Bronco County. Is it an IPA?
It's an IPA, yeah, which means I won't drink it.
What's the alcohol content?
Hold on. I want to say 5.6, but I could be wrong. Hold on.
No, IPAs are a little stronger usually.
Yeah, they should be. Hold on. It does not say. Hold on.
In New Jersey, we had Budweiser.
No, we had Busch Light.
We have Meisterbrau.
Meisterbrau, right?
You know what Meisterbrau is right now? It's Miller Lite.
Or Schaefer. Or Schaefer if you really want to be old.
Oh
yeah, 5.7.
It's 5%. Well, it's a regular beer then. All righty, so let me start wrapping this up, John. We like having you, Byron. Great stuff with all. I mean, someone's going to make a lot of money on their fantasy football team. Let me tell you that. Again, we like to always end our show. Please, $1, $2, whatever you can for the Gary Sinise Foundation. Freedom, security are precious gifts that we as Americans should never take for granted. We must do all we can to extend our hands in times of need. to those who willingly sacrifice each day to provide that freedom and security. While we can never do enough to show our gratitude to our nation's defenders, we can always do a little bit more. Gary Sinise. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at the Sportscast1. Don't forget, join us next week. We're every Thursday now at 8 p.m. We'll have more special guests. Speaking of Gary Sinise and what's going on, do you see, Byron, that there's been a fourth police officer that's killed himself from the Washington riot? What do you think? Why? What do you think has happened? Like, what trauma? I don't understand the trauma that took place.
Being in law enforcement, you don't know. You're always responding, to things, and then when something bad happens, we don't have, the outlet that when you want to go talk to your buddy, your buddy don't want to hear it. Right. And we don't have the outlet, being in law enforcement that we should. That's important. And it's like peer pressure. Your friends are going to make fun of you. The first thing they usually do is take your gun from you. If you go in there, sit there and say, I need help. And, instead of doing, the right thing and, sending these guys, for help, as far as, whatever they're going through, they're being ostracized. I don't know, what happened to this guy. I'm not going to speak for that, but, it could be that where he didn't know, where to go.
Keep going. I got to make a
talk to. He didn't know, who to go to, who to talk to or whatever. So, that's probably, what happened to this guy. But I'm not, for certain, that's what happened. But, it's awful, being in law enforcement that, we just live like that.
Well, and I think, when you talk about PSTD, it's just, there's no real way anyone who has never been in that situation can describe. I've never, and I'm not putting myself in anyone's shoes there, but, there has to be some level of that. There's so many layers to what happened that day, especially to those guys. That's, there's no way I could even figure it out. And I think you're right, though. We treat mental health sometimes in this country as kind of a back burner issue, when in reality, it really does need to be kind of at the forefront of everything we do. We need to think about not only our well-being, but also the well-being of those around us, those in law enforcement, those in the military. Guys get out of the military too sometimes, and they just don't know what to do, or they have seen action. They don't know what to do. One of our fraternity brothers, I'm not going to mention his name, but he's a cop, and, I hadn't seen him for like 10 years. And, me and my wife went over to his house, and, he was a different guy, and it took him a while to understand, John Friend. Okay. And then after a while, he's like, okay, Ronnie, oh, I'm sorry. Because he has seen too much in his job that they take that home every day. And after being a part of something like that, it obviously did have an effect, but, if we don't have the mental health put to the forefront for all Americans, I think, because I think we're a nation that's a little bit nuts, and I'm not saying that to be funny. I really think we are. Everyone needs to talk to someone. Everyone needs help. And
I think we're exposed to so much,
yeah.
Like, I don't like watching the news before I go to bed. No. You know what I mean? I'll watch a little bit in the morning, just see what's happening with COVID and what's happening in my local area. But then I got to quickly shift it because there's so much negativity that comes out. So, and then just the kind of violent shows that go on that we get caught into. So I was just curious, Byron, from being in police, being in law enforcement, that was, it's breaking my heart, man. Last guy was like 40 something years old.
Yeah.
Took his life, and I always thought you guys have I thought when you made a shooting, there was a psychologist or someone you guys had.
You'll go for, the first couple times or whatever, and then it's on your own. If you want to go, you can go. But I got something right here. This is real quick. I got something. As far as being, what cops are different. That law enforcement officers are seen as law authority figures. That's one of the things I got out here. We're isolated. Most of it, hanging around, with Benny and all these guys, with law enforcement. What do? Most of their friends are what? All law enforcement. They don't have people that that are in that circle. You know, most law enforcement are in a quasi-military structure institution. You know, most of them are around like the military, New Jersey State Police. You know,
Military, yeah.
Yeah, we work like shift work. Shift work is not normal. You know, 2 to 10, 10 to 2. You know, and sometimes you can go 2 weeks, on one shift, and then the next 2 weeks, and it's all over the place. Then stress, they have different kind of stress. As far as you could be sitting in a car, you're chilling, you eat a donut or whatever, and then next,
Why gotta be a donut?
I because donuts are good. Donuts are good.
I'll let you say if it's law enforcement. If me and John said it, you would have got all over it.
Come on, Peloton, let it flow.
What is that?
Reach all.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the ESPN channel. You know how those commercials.
Oh, okay.
Then you have the stress is different. You're sitting there, then all of a sudden, boom! Everything just takes off. Something crazy. You're running after this, you're doing that, you're choking, on that. Then you always have to be in constant emotional control. You always have to be focused on whatever you're doing. There's no gray area.
You're checking surroundings. You're always kind of
always. Even now, I still do it. As far as you go out to eat, I always sit with my back toward the door. I still do it. Or go outside. The first thing I do is look around. I do it. I've been
I'm not a police officer, but I do it all the time.
I know, but I'm saying I've been retired 5 years. I still do it. And then that the at work world of an officer is very negative. We always see the bad part of society. That's all you see being in law, corrections, law enforcement, whatever. You always see the bad. And everything you run across is bad. You can sit there, you can go in the store, and you'll sit there, it's like, what, that guy is up to something.
Benny was running, he was the lead detective, or he was running the Giant Stadium.
Right.
And he brought me there. Yeah, he was in charge of everything. And he would bring, troopers for it. And that made him dislike the team for a while, both Jets and Giants, because he had to deal with just the drunkenness, you know what I mean? And you're talking about a guy who loves sports. Think about it. He's a ref. He does some things with one of the NFL teams. And, now he's back into it because he's not there. But over the years that he was there, he had such a disdain, and it affected him from not liking the sport. I mean, think about it. So, and the other thing is, I think one thing that I think is a big factor, I've seen a lot of law enforcement people become alcoholics, right? They're, whether they should or not be able to do anything else. I'm not going to argue that point, but it's almost like, having that badge gives them the ability to drink a little bit more than they would normally do. Right. And it's too many of them. I had a really good friend that was in law enforcement for a little while. And, he used to partake in other things, and he stopped, obviously, as a law enforcement. And I saw the worst side of him drinking so much.
Well, part of it, too, goes back to, they're self-medicating.
Right. It goes back to at least depression, alcohol.
Right. Right. But you see, the problem is when you drink a lot, and I'm not saying I don't drink a lot. I probably drink more than I should, but
except for Denver beer.
Yeah, I'm not drinking that. No, I got some nice Polana Oktoberfest upstairs, so it's awesome. But when you talk about, they're self-medicating because either they don't want to admit something's wrong, or they're afraid to get help. So, oh wait, I got this bottle of scotch, or I got a bottle of vodka. I'll drink that.
They don't want to show weakness.
Right, exactly. So, and
there's the reason they isolate, Byron. My understanding is because they don't want to. It's like anything that when you're protecting, you don't want to get too close to anyone that you got to protect, because it's going to change your outlook on what you got to do. Right. Yeah. So,
then one of the most important things is it affects the children too. If you have kids, being in law enforcement too. The kids see you as a father, figure, important figure, and all this other stuff. But then when they go to school, you got the kids, oh, your daddy's a cop, especially now, that, oh, your daddy's a cop, he's no good, he's this, and now it's just the kids get it too, especially if the other kids know that their dad is in law enforcement.
Yeah. All right, so let's wrap this up with some sports. Who do you have winning the AFC?
Oh, Kansas City.
Come on, man. That's easy. Kansas City.
Yeah.
Who do you have winning the NFC?
Byron.
The New York Football Giants, so I can get everybody off my back.
I love the Giants, but that's going to be a hard journey.
The Carolina,
Pick your team, Byron.
I just picked my team. I'm going to ride or die with the Giants. How about the Giants?
Oh, my God. I cannot believe. I got to get Santiago to cut every single clip.
How about the Giants?
Snack, you talk about the Giants. And
I'm back on that bandwagon.
You're picking them to go 10-7.
And they're gonna ride that ride.
You didn't even say they win the NFC East.
They're gonna win the NFC East or play, they're gonna get in the show.
Just for the record, Byron's only doing this for the hate Facebook mail he's getting.
Oh, I get a lot of hate.
I just thought he was taking my advice, but maybe not,
Who do you think is gonna win the NFC East?
And it's gonna be the Giants. The NFC East is the Giants. Now the NFC, Tampa.
Nah.
I mean,
no, I'm sorry, not the NFC. The NFC conference. We picked.
It's Tampa. It's Tampa.
Tampa. So it'll be Tampa, Kansas City
again. Yeah.
Really, that's going to be
unless Brady breaks a toe or something like that, and even
let me ask you something. If that happens, right, and as great as Patrick Mahomes is, and if he loses again to Brady, how will that affect his legacy?
I think what you're going to see in Kansas City is he'll still be the quarterback for life, but they're going to have to pay him like he's a quarterback for life.
They already do. He's got to have to pay.
I mean,
he's a great quarterback, but I'm talking about legacy, right?
His legacy. I think he's going to probably be in
that. He never beat the GOAT, or is it that because he's young, because he can still win 4 or 5. It's not like he can't win 4 or 5. Byron.
What
do you think? How did if he loses to Brady for a second time? How do you think
it won't do anything to his legacy because he's not even close to 30, so he's got plenty of time to make that up.
Yeah, because remember, people used to make that argument about Elway, and what did Elway do? Retired after two rings. I mean,
back to back.
Yep. Yeah. No. I was happy for him, but I love that they had who was the running back?
Terrell Davis, man.
That dude was a beast. All right, so for me, I agree with both of you. I agree with the Tampa and Kansas City. I would love the Giants to be there. I don't think they're ready yet. You know what I mean? I think that I do believe over the next 3 years they're going to be a contender.
Yeah,
in my true belief. Now,
come on, man, come back on the Giant bandwagon.
No, my only concern is Danny Dimes. People ask me. I got to see something from him this year.
He's going to be fine. He's got the weapons around him. He'll be fine. Come on, come back. Come
on. I'm gonna do all the editing myself. I'm gonna go and edit.
Come on,
you have no idea how much he gets. How's he gonna throw? He's gonna be running for his life.
I'm back. I'm better now. I tell him I hit my head, and I'm good.
We've got 7 shows in a row how you dog the offensive line that is impossible for him to throw down. Now he's going to superstar.
I've seen the light. I've seen the light.
And just remember, Trent Dilfer has a ring.
There you go.
Yeah, but he also had a great defense.
He did. He did.
One of the best defenses of all time. So,
and who they beat that game?
They beat the Giants.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but we had what's his name quarterbacking. All right, guys. Well, again, God bless. Stay safe. Be careful with all the new stuff that's going around. God bless your families, and thank you again, John, for joining. Byron, always great with all the stuff that you bring up. It's just incredible. It's also good to get that real professional experience when these guys are getting cut or not. It's pretty interesting to be able to ask someone like you. So thank you very much. And we will see you next week. Jersey boys in the house. Peace. Please share the show, John. Don't forget, go to podcasts on your thing. Subscribe to our show. Talk to you later. Peace.
Later, guys.
Bye.
Let me go see Dallas lose. Bye.